Hey, let me show you how you can get 1 or even 2 additional hours of the battery usage on your Galaxy A35 5G. So first of all, we are going to go into the settings. Now we have to go into the connections, and from this we have to go into the data usage. So now just open the Wi-Fi data usage, and now if you find right here any application that you are actually not using often, or you are not using at all. So in my case, I'm not using the Outlook, but for some reason it actually get access into the internet and it's draining my battery. So if you find these applications, just open it and get this option to don't allow background data usage. Next, when we go back from this one, by the way, you can actually do the same for the mobile network if you actually input the SIM card into your phone. In my case, it's actually not available. I'm just only with the Wi-Fi, but if you have the mobile data, you will actually get the same option for the mobile. Next, go into the more connection settings and get rid of this option, the nearby device scanning. Right now, go back and we are going into the connected devices, and if you are not using the music share, also turn it off, because it's also scanning in the for the nearby devices to share music. From this, it's actually highly recommended to turn off some options for the sounds and vibrations that you are not using. So when you go for all of these vibration settings right here, now if you're don't care about the Samsung keyboard vibration, charging, navigation, or camera feedback, you can actually turn off this stuff that you are not using. So in my case, I'm going to remove everything because I don't need vibrations for this system options. It looks the same for the sound settings. So here we get the system sound, and I don't really need to get the sound of the screen lock for the charging, for the Samsung keyboard, and for the dialing keypad. Next, from this, we are going into the notifications. Go into the app notifications, and now if you are receiving notifications from the apps that you are not using, you can actually get rid of it. So let's say that I'm receiving notifications from the weather, but I'm not using the weather, so we can just turn it off. Next, we are going into the display settings, where you can also find some options that you can actually turn on or off. First of all, it's actually highly recommended to get the dark theme. It will actually significantly increase the battery life. From this, it's also good to remember about the brightness. So if you are in your house at the night time, for example, you don't need to get the 100% of the battery. So remember to actually set it up manually each time. You don't need to get the most brightness display. Remember about this one. For sure, in this video, I'm gonna turn it on because I just want you to get the better view. But in most cases, I just use it for like this. Next, we've got the motion smoothness. So if you are not using your phone, for example, you are not using the social media, you are not scrolling, not watching something or gaming or playing on the phone, you can also turn the 60 Hz refresh rate. From this, we can also remember about the screen timeout. So it's actually recommended to keep it between the 15 or 30 seconds. When you go for the 1 minute and 2 minutes and you spend on it for all day, it will definitely drain your battery. So in my case, I'm selecting always the 15 seconds. Next, when you go from this one, it's also recommended to turn off the edge panel. Of course, if you are not using it, because there's additionally option that floating on the screen and draining the battery. So get rid of this one. And now we are going to hit for the power saving mode. You have to find it in the battery, and it's actually useful. I'm gonna tell you when I'm using the power saving mode. When I'm on the gym, I'm almost not using my phone. I'm just listening to the music. So when my phone is actually laying on the back and I'm not using it, I'm always turn on the power saving mode. So we have to also remember about this one. For example, you can turn on the power saving mode at the night. When you are going to sleep, you can just simply turn on the power saving mode. And when you do this, it actually limits some options. So it's actually turn off the always on display, limit your CPU speed to 70%, decrease brightness, and also turn off the 5G. So next, we are going to hit another option that will be actually visible in the wallpaper and the style. So when you take a look right here, we've got some video wallpaper. And if you don't really need this, just change it for the stock wallpaper. So click on the wallpapers and now pick any different wallpaper. And also the same, if you have the live wallpaper on the home screen and you don't really need this, just change it to the stock wallpaper. From this, we can also get rid of a next option that will be visible in the home screen. So this is the Google Discover. So if you don't use this news, it's actually keep updating in the background and draining your battery. So we can simply turn it off by going into the home screen and selecting this option, add media page to the home screen. Now, as you can see, it's not visible. There we go. Now we have to navigate into the location. So if you are not using location, if you are not using Google Maps, it's actually recommended to turn it off and also get rid of all of this Wi-Fi scanning and the Bluetooth scanning. There we go. For sure, if you want to use it, just turn it on and enable all of these location services. And we are almost on the end. Now we have to access for the Google page. And from this, we have to actually get rid of the scanning for the nearby devices. So we have to go for the all services, then go into the device. And now we have to go into the devices and select this option, scan for the nearby devices. Just simply turn it off. And at the end, you can also, for example, get rid of the weather. If you are not using the weather, just get rid of it. It's actually connecting into the mobile data or the Wi-Fi. And you have to also remember about few basic stuff. So if you are not using Wi-Fi, turn off the Wi-Fi. If you are using mobile data, if you are not using mobile data, remember about turning off the mobile data. And the same for the Bluetooth. So yeah, that's basically it. This is my all tips for the battery life on the Galaxy A35 5G. And I'm sure that when you are gonna apply all of these options into your phone, you will get like additional 1, 2, or even 3 hours of your battery life. And that's all right now. Please subscribe.